World Takes Podcast. We back with another one. You already know. It's your boy Big Moolah. Tonight we here. We talking about future album. We Don't Trust You. Make some noise. First of all, first and foremost, shout out to Future. Shout out to Metro. Shout out to those guys, man. The newest album that hit the streets has been a big talking point. It's been a little bit of controversy. These niggas clicking up the district. And this is where we are now in rap music, where you know, your favorite rapper, your not so favorite rapper, those guys are working up together to diss Drake. They hated Drake. I believe it's nasty work. I believe it's, you know, it's a bad look for pretty much anyone involved with that. Especially if we are to believe the speculation. The speculation is over a woman. You know, these guys share. You know, it's just not my kind of beef. It's not my kind of beef. So I kind of want to keep it on the music. I want to keep it focused on the music, but I want to start by going straight to the diss. Is You Like That? Future, Kendrick. There's a couple of disses on there, but the main one that got shot up in the outroar, the diss, Is You Like That? Future, Kendrick. And I want to start. I want to lead right into it. The Kendrick verse is trash. It's trash. Make some noise. We've seen this tactic before from Kendrick. You know, put out a diss record, album rollout, album promo time, we ain't seen you in 5 years, and all of a sudden you back with a diss record. Guess what? He might fool y'all. He won't fool me. Fresh off a dud, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Fresh off a dud, you right back with a diss record. You talking to Drizzy Drake, you talking to J. Cole, and it's just like basic lines like, motherfuck the big three, nigga, it's just big me. His basic rap bars is you caught fan base acting like somebody's scared of you on the record when we barely even hear you rap, you barely even outside, and when you do come around, it's a whack album. We've seen this from you before with Nipsey Hussle freestyle. You dropped the Nipsey Hussle freestyle, your face was changing, the Nipsey Hussle in the video. Then the album was whack. We've seen this with Control, and the album was mediocre. You know what I mean? So it's just like, enough is enough. We tired of it. If you really like that, if you like that, it's ironic. The song is called Is You Like That. If you like that, nigga, get out there, man. Deliver some classic albums, because enough is enough. Enough is enough. And for Future, I say it's nasty work, man. It's nasty work. Future, I can tell you was unhappy making this album. You doing songs with the likes of Playboy Cardi, Kendrick Lamar. make some noise. Yeah, we just watched you. The last album you had Kodak on there, you had Dirk on there, you had Drake on there, you had Tim's on there. You had a good time and the album was well received. This one was really not it. It's just like you went the Kendrick Lamar route this time where it's like, alright, let me put out some diss records. Let me see if I can get them with that. And that ain't really necessarily get us. It is some people caught up in the hype, and listen, I understand music, so I give them that. But we revisit these same people 3 months from now, it's out of their rotation, it's out of their playlist, and it's just like, alright, what is we even talking about? So it's just like, kudos to you, because you did a good job with the disses. But I can tell it's just like, this wasn't your album, this wasn't a Future album, you was angry, you dissing niggas. This is okay. It's not upper echelon disses. But it's disses nonetheless, and that get the people going. You out
As for me, I'm one of the people caught up in the hype. I think the album fire. I'm not as much caught up on the disses as the music itself. I think the beats hitting, cadence hitting, bops all over the place. I like to make some noise. Where my bell at? I like to make some noise for Future, for putting together a whole playthrough album, no skippers. It's been a minute since I heard one of those, so I appreciate that, man. As for the disses, man, one thing we know is for somebody who really a music connoisseur is like, once you get to the top, and the people who are at the top, it's always gonna be friction. I don't care who it is. It can be a Prince and a Mike Jack. It can be a Jay-Z and a Nas. It can be whoever. I mean, it's a competitive world, and sometimes this is what people need to push themselves forward. You know what I mean? So, like Jordan used to do, if it ain't no beef or something like that, you gonna create one. Like the 48 laws say, man, if you ain't got no enemies, you better go and make one. That's how I feel when it comes to them disses. So to put together a diss album that slap like that, man, I is highly appreciated. So I like to take this time out to thank Future, know what I mean, for doing what he did on this album. Thank you, my brother.
What I'll say is two things. I'll say, number one, for me, as a Future fan, as a fan of Future, it's just like I want to have an introspective conversation, and it's just like I know for a fact Future ain't have fun making this. He didn't enjoy it. It wasn't enjoyable for him, and therefore we got a product that was not a top 5 Future project. Like, we can say, when I hear things like it slapped from beginning to end, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, this is not even a top 5 Future project. This might not even be a top 7, top 8 Future project, based on who we know Future to be. So it's just like a little, I don't know, we say we not getting caught up in the hype, right? But it's just like, I don't know. It's definitely not a Dirty Sprite 2, a Future, a Hendrix. It's definitely none of them. This definitely none of them. I don't know. It's like, what are the standouts here? What songs are we talking about? The one with Ross is Future heavy. You know what I want to ask you? The song with Playboy Cardi, because you said it was a playthrough beginning and end. So the song with Playboy Cardi, how you feel about that one?
Honestly, I don't even know the song with Playboy Cardi. Since I had the album, I just played the album. I never went through and looked at the who's on there or whatever. It's people I recognize. Some voices, I'm like, damn, I don't even know who this voice is. That's just me. Like I know Kendrick. I know who I know Travis Scott because he got a sound. I know motherfucking. I ain't even know. I found out Nav was on there. I ain't know Nav was on there. I ain't know who was who. But I know Kendrick. I know Travis Scott, and I know Rose. Other than that, like I ain't see it as like a feature heavy album or nothing like that. I missed that part. You know what I mean?
You missed the features.
I missed the heavy feature album. I missed that part. It had some features on there, but
twice.
Okay. Travis on there spitting twice.
Travis on there.
Is he on there rapping?
Whatever you want to. I don't want to get
Okay,
into
of course not. Of course not. Oh, he's making sound effects on there.
What you categorize what he doing? It's just like he doing what he doing.
Okay.
You just say he had a sound.
Yeah, and I heard the Travis Scott sound on it, so I know he was on there.
There's 2 songs he on.
Yeah, but as for like spitting, like I don't remember 2 songs on with Travis Scott on there rapping and shit. But you know, I missed it.
I'm not challenging that.
Yeah.
Cardi on there on a song, Playboy Cardi.
What song Playboy Cardi? I swear I just never looked at I'm not a
fan of Playboy Cardi though.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just drawing on a broader point, right? I don't want people to get hung up. I'm not a Playboy Cardi fan. I couldn't tell you the song he's on there with. But it's my first time hearing Future collab with.
So you like me? Some of the things you never looked at the title list and the features.
It's not that I didn't look at it. I did look at it. It's just the name is fleeting me right now.
Well, okay. Oh, the name of the song fleeting you. Okay, that's fair. No, that's fair, man. It just came out, right?
I looked at it.
Hell.
But it's just like also again as a Future fan, I know Future normal collaborators, right? Thug, who he couldn't get on.
Of course not. His brother locked up, had his head high though.
Dirt, Kodak Black. I know his normal collaborators were. He honestly delivers. It's just like even I'm one of the guys I compare Future to Future, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you go back to Future last album, I Never Liked You. It's just so many more slaps on there.
Mm-hmm.
Joint with Thames and Drake.
Mm-hmm.
The other joint with Drake, he got Drake on there twice. He beefing with Drake, where he got Drake on his last album that just came out like maybe less than 6 months ago. He got Drake on that album twice.
That his last album came out 2 years ago.
The one with Thames, you put.
I Never Liked You. That was 2022.
Okay, I don't think it was 2 years though.
Okay.
Whatever. It sounds good. It sounds good. It do sound good.
That's fair. Tom Flowers, man. You know that.
Tom do fly.
I mean, you ain't no young boy.
If it's what?
It's the beginning of 2024.
It's March 2024. If that thing came out in December 2022, that ain't.
Or are we gonna boost that up to 2023 then?
Boost it wherever you want to boost it, man.
Okay.
Listen. And it was more slaps.
So it got a chance to win a Grammy this year. It should get nominee for awards this year. I Never Liked You should have a chance to win awards for this year.
It came in December 2022.
Yeah.
Then 2023 was the year for it to be awarded.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's 2 years ago. That's all.
I mean,
either way,
I
yeah.
can do math. It was 24 months ago. Then we'll say it's 2 years ago. If not, then all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's a way to look at the math. I like that way. I like the way to look at that math. It is 24 months is 2 years.
24 months. Okay.
But like the year of 2022 was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. It's the year of 2024 right now.
We can. I don't want to argue and go back over that.
That's
cool. We can definitely be a little bit more specific than that.
Like a exact date.
It was a year and some months ago. It was a year.
I like that. You got that. I like you adding a year to it more than you just saying just a couple months ago.
Well,
you try to minimize it like it's 3 months.
2 years ago when it's really less than 2 years. It's just like you overshooting it for no reason. It's just like it wasn't 2 years. It wasn't 24 months ago. You know it wasn't 24 months
No,
ago.
it wasn't 24 months ago. I could attest to
that thing wasn't 2 years ago.
It wasn't a
no.
couple months ago.
That thing was a year and a month or two maybe.
I told you exactly.
You heard, you heard me.
Okay.
That's that shit is crazy, but that's what the fans do. And
I'm a fan of Future music for sure. I'm a fan of Drizzy music too, though. So
me
that's
too.
what's
Would you
fucked
put
up.
this? See, I don't compare Future to Drizzy. Would you put this in your top 5 Future albums?
Future like collab albums, like
Albums, Future albums. Like you got Dirty Sprite 2, you got Beast Mode, you got 56 Nights, you got Future, you got Hendrix.
I got Hendrix. I got
Never
50.
Liked You.
Yeah, I got this over. I never liked you. I got this over, and I never liked you. I just only thing I would have over is maybe at 56 Nights, but then that's also something I honestly gotta probably go back and listen to it to see if it's over that right now. See if it in this time and place it's over that. I had Hendrix over it, know what I mean, and I had that DS2 over it. Hold on, what those chemicals be on me? And I had that DS2 over it. Other than that, this right here for me, it might be a hot take though. But this a hot take what I'm about to give you.
That's a hot take.
This right here, like you said, Future was angry. First time I heard this, I never even paid attention to the diss. But I said Future was angry. I said whoever pissed Future off, thank you for that. Know what I mean? Cause Future coming like he not coming like he came on the last album. He not Hendrix. He not hitting you with no Hendrix shit. You feel me?
This
Nigga hitting you with hold on. He hitting you with the real for the dogs. Know what I mean? He not hitting you with no R&B for the dogs. This for the D.O. double G's. You heard me?
That's where it might not correlate and correspond, because like for most people, that's not the Future we want. We don't want the angry Future. I don't care for that. We never seen you angry before. Your bodyguard got stomped out over there. Hold up. We never seen you angry before.
Out York.
We don't want the angry Future. Honestly, we never asked for that. We want lit, money talk that shit. We turn Future. We ain't asked for angry Future. I didn't ask for it anyway. So, for me, when I hear it, it's just like, yo, this is not my normal bop that I can expect. Now, when he got on the record with Kendrick, I feel like he felt like he had something to prove. So it's like, he had to give me that bop.
Speaking of that, you know how when they had the Drake last album, right? And he had J. Cole on there, everybody talk about how J. Cole aired Drake, right? You remember that?
Yeah, I tend not to get into that though.
Okay, of course not. Of course not. But like how people be like Kendrick, like some type of guy MC. Future aired Kendrick on that, like just for cadence, like bars, what I want to hear in music.
Kendrick verse was the quote King Slum. Kendrick verse was 7 days.
Okay.
It was weak. And again, like, I've seen it so many times in the past where people buy into the hype and it's just in the moment it's so great, but then a couple days later it's not slapping no more. I've seen it so many times in music. Only, it's one thing Drake had on one of the beginning of his songs. Only real music going last.
Somebody else said that too.
That's a fact.
Oh yeah, nah. There was somebody saying that on Drake album.
On Drake album, that's
a
fact. Only real music going last. Like when you, it's always gonna be a time where your favorite artist not dropping. You didn't heard everything. You got everything. So you gotta dip in your bag, and you only going back to the real music. You ain't going back to the gimmicky shit. And this was gimmicky, man. Niggas clicking up, go against Drake. It looks nasty. You clicking up while gaslighting the fans, talking about other niggas clicking up.
Mm-hmm.
The fans is falling for it. It's nasty in my opinion. In a couple years from now, we're gonna sit back because I believe in a couple years from now, I think everybody will be in line with me where this is not a top 5 Future album, right? We know our guy. We know Dirty Strike 2. We know Future. We know Hendrix. You know, we know What a Time to Be Alive. You know, we know I Never Liked You with his biggest hit single ever on there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, and with the Kodak track. Oh my God, it was just such a great album, and you can tell he had fun making that one. That's my only point I want to keep coming back to because it's just like when these artists get mad, they get erratic. We seen it with Kanye. Man, I'm putting out a gospel rap album. I'm the greatest artist of all time. But I'm putting out a gospel rap album. I'm flying in the locks. I'm flying in Fabio Foreign. But I'm putting out a gospel album. No, bro, it doesn't translate.
Can I interject?
Interject.
Real quick. We know hip hop, the culture of hip hop, it don't go well with age and time. You know what I mean? So I say that to say Future is 40. You know what I mean? Future is actually more past than future, you feel me? So my boy 40, it's not too many people who had a illustrious career come out songs, you know, come out with albums 15 years in, then people put the year 15 album into their top 5 category. You know what I mean? That's not really normal. But I mean, maybe you can think of an artist like that. But like you said, Kanye, even Jay, what Jay do? 444. Jay do the song with the album with Jay Electronica and stuff like that.
People top 5.
I can guarantee you it's not. I can guarantee you it's not. I can guarantee you it's in less people top 5 than it is in people top 5. Just like, you know what I mean, a lot of Drake albums, a lot of most people albums, like a lot of people not gonna put For All the Dogs in Drake top 5 albums.
Drake is the anomaly.
Okay, of course. Okay. But Kanye not the anomaly.
Drake is the anomaly where people love to hate him for his music. Kanye is the anomaly where people love to hate Kanye for who Kanye is and the things that Kanye does. It's a huge difference there. To where Drake just put out Honestly Nevermind, which is one of the the greatest albums of recent times. If I'm just
it goes in like a top 5
for Drake?
Yeah.
It definitely goes into a top 5. It definitely goes into a top 5, a top 10 for Drake.
A Drake album.
The anomaly with Drake also is you don't want to put it to a top 5 with Drake. You want to put it to a top 5 with most rappers though, because of. I wanted to say this, like when I say this album is not a top 5 Future project, I'm not dissing Future or hating on Future. I'm just being honest. This is not a top 5 Future project because Future got 5 greater projects than this. Now with Drake, he's the anomaly where it comes, he got like 10, 12 like phenomenal projects. Jay-Z, he got like 10, 12 phenomenal projects. So whether you put 444 in the top 5 or not, there is a lot of people that put 444 in the top 5, regardless of an individual's opinion. There's a consensus that puts 444 there. Just like with Drake, there's a consensus that puts For All the Dogs there. It's just like, I heard the responses to Drake's most recent albums, and it was people coming out saying it was trash instantly. But I'm going through them, and this song's like painting Picasso on here. So it's just like, yo, how can this album be trash when painting Picasso was on here?
But that doesn't make an album, like, I ain't say trash. Ain't nobody use the word trash. That's where you start.
A lot of people did. But that's okay. That's okay because everybody's entitled to their opinion. But it's just like Drake said, when the lyrics start to set in, reality changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Just to be clear though, Future got more projects than Drake. Just to be
Future
clear.
got a lot of projects, and let's be clear, Future got more duds than Drake too.
I would say this. It's likely that you probably caught on the Future at a certain time where you might consider things was duds, where everybody else, it's a whole large group of people who actually a generation of people who molded their sound to him, where you was probably calling it lame. Like, I think maybe not lame, but it wasn't for your ears, right? Now I would say this new album right here, the wave sonically and stuff like that, he just reinvented himself. That's what my hot take was I was going to get to though, because I think that with this album, what Future did right here is just propel himself straight up to the top of the hill with whoever there to compete with. You want to put him up there with the Jay-Z's. You want to put him up there with the Drakes.
Wow.
Yeah, with the Nas's and stuff like that. I think this album right here did it for him. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's fair to say like, oh, you got on the Future at a certain time. Like again, I'm a Future fan, and it's just like more than likely, unless your favorite rapper is Drake or your favorite rapper is Jay-Z, your favorite rapper has duds. And if you're unwilling to admit that as a fan, it's like I can't really take your music opinion serious because I've studied the music. I've studied it. If your favorite rapper is not Drake, if your favorite rapper is not Hov, your favorite rapper has duds, nigga. And that's everybody you named included. That's Nas, that's Future, that's Beanie Siegel, that's Freeway, that's Killer Cam, that's Gotti, that's Kodak, that's Lil Baby, that's Dirt. These is all niggas that I consider top rappers, but I can be honest and say, hey, you missed with that one. That was a miss. It was a miss. We heard that from you before. It sounds too much like this one. I'm also the guy that can say, just like Hov, the aforementioned, told him, nigga, your hooks did it, your lyrics didn't, your gangster look did it, your image did it, your beats was popping, nigga. I'm the one that's gonna tell you that. So it's just like when you give me, oh, the beats is popping and it's Future and you're 40. It's just,
I mean,
hey, nigga, it sounds good, it sounds great, but Hov told us 20 years ago, nigga. and I also want to say, back to your point about, oh, maybe you got on Future at a certain time, is that and the third. I don't know what your favorite Future album is, right? It don't matter. I know what most people' favorite Future album is, right? And people have the ability to grow. So Future first projects really wasn't it. They had songs, they had splashes, and then he continued working on his craft and he got better. Just like a Jim Jones. Just like a lot of rappers, like a Rick Ross, right? So it's just like them first projects wasn't it. So I don't care who fell in love with him on the first project.
Well, a lot of Drake first projects wasn't really it neither. Like it is, like a lot of that Young Money shit, that shit don't get played in my in my car. Like a lot of that Young Money Drake, like that shit didn't age well.
Drake first projects was independent. It was 2 of them, and they're not in my top 5 Drake projects either. So that's okay because, again, rap is an evolving sport, just like the NBA. So the players in the 70s is not as good as the players in 2024. Drake in 98 is not as good as Drake in 2024, and that's okay to say. So that even amplifies it more when you deliver a project in 2024 and it's not better than the shit you was putting out in 2009. That speaks volumes.
But
it does.
But Jay-Z said, "Get my old album." Like if you want the old shit, get my old album. That's the same thing.
And I haven't.
That's the same thing where people, how they felt about when Drake put that, Honestly Nevermind. They try to say it was a techno album and shit like that. They want the old Drake. They want to Take Care Drake. Know what I mean? They want that Tuscan leather.
A year later, those same people gonna tell you that was a world-renowned album. And just like Jay-Z said, get my old albums. Guess what? I have them.
Yeah.
That's why I can say this is not a top 5 Future, and I can speak on that clearly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You know, it's all opinion based. It's all opinion based when it comes to music.
Hear me out, man. We you timestamp it. You come back to this 6 months, a year from now. You say, hey, you know, I called it a top 5 album. You know what? I was wrong. That wasn't a top 5 Future album.
That's possible.
It wasn't.
I can't.
You feel me?
I can't argue that.
When you listen to Drake predict this shit on Her Loss and For All the Dogs, when you looking at the titles, I Never Liked You, but we see you jumping around on stages with this nigga. You hear me? We see you buddy filming with this nigga, but I Never Liked You. It's just like, at what point do we hold you accountable? At what point do we say, hey, you know what? You not living your raps. Cause you talk all that killer shit in your raps, but this is a nigga you never liked and nothing ever happened to him. You heard me? We don't never get to that point because it's just entertainment, it's just music. And I'm gonna say, because he leaned up
I will hope so,
with a top producer and the beats is nice, and this nigga not talking about nothing on the records, that it's a great album.
The beats fire.
Stop it, man. Yeah. Hats off to
Beats
Metro.
fire.
I'm hoping in Drake response.
Future.
I'm hoping in Drake response he take them beats. The one with Kendrick, the one with Ross. Cause it's just like, even as a rapper myself, a former rapper myself, when I listen to the one with him and Ross, right? And that's my favorite song on the album.
Everyday Hustle.
Everyday Hustle is my favorite song on the album. I listen to it, right? I can't help but finding myself saying, this is how I would have did this.
You want that Pluto? I know exactly. That's called Pluto.
Not, I want that
Trust
Pluto.
me. That's what that's called.
Them niggas ain't explored. Them niggas. It's certain people you'll listen to their song, you be like, damn, I would have did this one better. And there's certain people where you listen to their song, you be like, damn, this is a classic. And you got to figure out which one you listening to. But that Everyday Hustle, I would have did that better than them as a rapper.
Of course you would.
Just as a rapper.
Of course you would.
I'm sure if I would have had me, Ooh and Sub on there.
For sure.
Instant classic. Some noise.
What we do know, if I'm not mistaken, he had Prodigy coming off of that, talking about, I don't know what hood you from, I don't know what little hood nigga you know.
Talking about Joe Budden.
But then
Prodigy wasn't talking about Drake.
I know he wasn't. I'm just saying.
So how you feel about Joe Budden, Dick rotting the album, knowing they got Prodigy all over the album, dissing Joe Budden? It's like your pride, your humbleness is so low. You hate Drake so much. You gotta big up this album you know is like mid, where they dissing you on it, cause you hate Drake so much. I look at that like nasty work. This is more nasty work.
Well, send a message to Joe Buttons real quick.
If I had to send a message to Joe Budden, I say, Joe, it don't matter how much you wish you was Kendrick Lamar or Future dissing Drake right now in this moment, where you feel like they superstardom is superseding yours when you tried to diss Drake, right? It's no matter how much you get on your podcast and talk about Future can call me and I talk some shit in the beginning of the record. It's no much how much glazing you do, nigga. It's no much how much glazing you fucking do, nigga. Right?
Yeah.
You wanted to have Drake rap career so bad and you didn't, nigga, and he got it. You can hate on him for that. I don't give a fuck. Guess what? I'm still bumping Drake music. You heard me? I'm still bumping Drake slaps when they come out, cause this nigga know how to deliver a slap and a lot of these other niggas don't. And that's on y'all if y'all don't. I'm gonna tell y'all who know how to deliver a slap as well as Drake. That's my nigga Big O. That's my nigga Sel Escobar. That's my nigga DZ Carter. My nigga 100 Miles. You already know. Voice of Myra. You heard me? We about to wrap it up. That's Keys. That's man, shout out to all y'all, man. The city, man. We got the city on our back. Big 6-0 crime shit. Young Scando. G Get Busy. Big 6-0 crime shit. You already know, man. That's the World Takes Podcast. We out of here until next time, man. You already know how we giving it up. It's B, baby. It's Big Mo. You heard me. Tap in.